starting to see smoke again, and I'm seeing a bunch of planes dropping retardant. All right, there's fire. We brought a passenger from Prim. Almost 500 miles so far. I know that's not crazy miles, but for a local tow company guy, that's a decent amount of miles per day. Left the yard at 5:15 this morning. It is 4 p.m. So. Morning, everybody. It is 4:45 a.m. Just leaving the house right now, headed to the yard. So this morning, Jorge and I are getting an early start. We're headed for Prim, Nevada, which is basically state line Nevada, off the 15 on your way to Vegas. It's like kind of those first set of casinos that you roll up to if you're coming from the California side, that are right there on the state line area. So that is where we are headed this morning. We're after a dozer, a Komatsu dozer, which is an oversized load. Probably gonna put that on my truck, and then we're gonna have Jorge. He's gonna be in the Kenworth, and the white 2-axle trailer, he'll be grabbing a blade, John Deere motor grader blade. So yeah, we're just getting an early start. I think it's like a 5-hour drive up there, so we're gonna go ahead and get an early start, so that way we get back at a reasonable time, because we got to bring it back here to the Palm Springs area and drop the equipment off. So as you guys saw, had a little breakfast this morning, got a lunch packed, as I always do, but even more so important on a long run. Just, it's always important to have a lunch and keep those wheels rolling. So that's the plan. We got the I'm going to be taking truck 20, which is the new black Peterbilt, and Jorge will be in the Kenworth, so we're going to go large car today. So let's go ahead and head to the yard. Jorge's already there, starting up the trucks, getting everything checked out. I went through the, at least my truck yesterday before I went home, checked all the tires, threw a spare tire up there just because of the miles that we're putting down, making sure that we have everything set. So let's go and get to the yard, and we'll get everything checked out. Something that you guys probably haven't seen yet, you guys might have seen little peeks of it, but I haven't talked about it. We now have a full width powered gate, which I'm super excited about. We've had it for about a month now, and it just makes such a big difference, especially getting the big trucks in and out and tractor trailers and stuff like that. You just have so much more working room at your disposal. We've always done it with just the half powered, half manual, and yeah, it's you know, we've been able to, but if we, like, for example, pull a truck and trailer in the yard and have to back it over there, sometimes we have to open up the side gate. If there's a truck parked in the fuel island, then it just kind of screws up everything. So that made a big difference. Additionally, I don't know if you guys can tell, but we have LED lighting all over the place. We previously did have LED lighting. You can see we upgraded some LED lights into these existing cans, but that's working with the existing hardware. So I played wannabe electrician and wired up LED lights. So makes a huge difference. We were having a theft problem along this wall. It was a lot darker, so the lighting makes a big difference. Anyway, let me throw my stuff in the truck, and let's get on the road. All right, we are in a town called, well, we're just outside of Yermo, in a town called Calico, Ghost Town. There's like a Fort Irwin base on here. There's a ghost town north of us. It's just kind of a deadbeat town. So not my first choice, but we gotta pee, so we're gonna do that really quick and then get back on the road. Baker, California, with the giant thermometer. I don't know, I remember when I was a kid there was a sign that said world's biggest, so maybe that's not the case anymore, or I just don't see it, but someone can fact check that. It's a big thermometer, 96 degrees. So this whole region is primarily desert, but we're at like a 4,000 feet elevation, but because there's hardly ever any rain, it's usually just looks like barren desert. But this past week, this area and like 29 Palms, all the Joshua Tree, all that just got hammered with rain, so much so that it completely wiped out we call it the back way, and it's the way that we usually take at least empty to get up here, because it's just a 2-lane, you know, you can just kind of get up here no problem. But it completely washed out that road, and then as you guys can see, everything's green because they just got so much rain, so that's pretty cool to see. We're about like 20 miles out from Prim, Nevada, so we're getting there, we're getting close, so we'll probably check in when we get there. Holy smokes, that shows you how much rain they got. I have never in my life seen those flats out there. I'm assuming they're salt flats, but I don't know. There's some sort of flat, but they are full of water. It's going to be hard to see on camera. I'm sure we might be able to see it when we get a little closer, but that's insane. Full of water. That over there is like a lake. That's spotty. That's cool. Yeah, check that out. It's almost like we're in Salt Lake City or something. Crazy. Prim, Nevada. This is like the roller coaster, Buffalo Bills. It's kind of like the pre-show to Vegas, I guess. Really don't know why you'd want to stay here, but the reason that we're coming here is, like I said, we're coming to pick up some equipment. They used it here to build, oh, don't quote me on this, I think it was one of the Parker races or the Mint races, one of the off-road races that they start here. I think it's, yeah, I don't remember, but oh, I think it's Vegas to Reno, now that I think about it. Vegas to Reno, I think that's the name of the race. But anyway, we're getting off the freeway here. Welcome to Nevada. Jorge's been here before, so I'm gonna have him lead us in. I don't exactly know where the equipment's at from here, so let's follow Jorge. All right, we found it. Dozer and a blade. So back my tail into the dirt. That should be good. I'm in the dirt. So obviously the biggest thing you got to remember with the blade is that this can screw some stuff up. It's the same thing. It is. This is the same one that you took. Yeah, but just, you know, the blade, you can hit the tire, you can hit you can rip the step off, you can do a bunch of stuff. So be careful. What is it? Green button. And then one more time to start. This is your rear steering. Yeah. This is going to be your left side blade control, and this one's going to be your right side. So if you pull those up a little bit and just get it up in the air, okay, that's good there. Okay, now watch out down here because you don't want to go too high. You'll hit the step. So then over here, I think it's this one, this one. There we go. So this is your turntable turn. So if you turn that, I like to load it straight. That way I don't have to worry about hitting the tires, and then I'll put it back when I'm done. And then you can go all the way up because now you're clear of your tires and the steps. Yeah, there you go. So you rip that one is yeah, my tail. Yeah. So let's roll. I think it's this one. So this one is your side shift, left and right. So you, basically you just want to make sure that that's centered. So the way that I like to do that is just compare how the hydraulic rams look, and they look pretty straight there, so that's okay. But that's one of your controls. You have a shift. Okay, so the diagrams are really helpful. That's you know, they're there, but I believe you hold this. Okay, that's the center button, by the way. This one centers everything. So if you're out of whack, that centers you. I think you have to hold one of these buttons and then. No, that didn't do it. I think you hold the button and then run the ripper, but I forget. But it's up, so the ripper's up. It doesn't say anything about it there. Nope. Tommy said he had a hard time finding it too. You have to hold one of those buttons and then just. Does that one go left and right? Does that joystick go left and right?
Yeah. There's two buttons.
This one goes left and right. Hang. Oh, okay. Well,
this one of these is the front tire.
Yeah, I don't know where that switch is. Okay, you obviously know how to drive this, right?
Yeah, one time
okay, so I mean, you can put it in whatever gear to get over there, but once you're right in front of the truck, first gear, clutch only.
It's gonna be backwards, right?
Backwards, yes.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna guide you up, and I'm gonna go like this or like this, and that means take your rear. So I'm down low, so I'm going like this or like this. That means take the rear left or right. If I go up here, that means take the front left or right. Because what you're gonna do is you're gonna have to kind of work both of them together. So just make sure you have this lever close by, okay? Because that you're gonna be doing that to control the rear, and then you're gonna be doing this to control the front. Okay. So it'll be a little bit of both, okay? It'll just go nice and fun.
I'll try to find the one.
Which one? The lean? I think it's this one. No? It's one of those. There it is. There you go. Okay, so Jorge's only offloaded a blade with Tommy, so he's never loaded a blade. So, I mean, I'm here, I'm watching him, so I'm comfortable. I wouldn't send him to do it by himself yet, but this is how we learn. So throw him in the seat, kind of give him a little rundown and watch closely. I'm gonna get the deck up in the air for him. So I don't know if you guys caught or understood what I was trying to tell him, but I'm gonna give him steering directions because the visibility on blades are not great. And so my steering directions to him are, if I'm up here, left to right, that means steer the front tires left to right. If I'm down low, down at my hip, left to right, that means steer the back end left to right. And that's, you know, kind of how we're gonna attempt to load this. There's some tricks to loading blades on your own. One being using the ripper on the back to visualize and compare left and right. That's how I do it, at least. So let me, looks like Jorge's getting close, so let me set you guys up kind of up here on the hill. Okay, she's on there. I was being a little pickier than normal. I was trying to get it perfect because we're gonna go across the port of entry, so I didn't want to tempt fate. So it's pretty dang good. Got about that much on either side. So. Okay, hang on. Go ahead and shift the board that way. Other way. Yeah, there you go. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, now rotate. A little more. Okay, let me see how that looks. Okay, now take the board back this way. This is where you gotta be really careful with the step. I see you're watching it, but right there. Okay, now just keep in mind that when you go down, it kind of changes the angle of things, so you gotta watch this really closely. But go ahead and go down. Take your far side down a little bit first. Pick up this a little bit. Okay, take the far side down. See how it also rolls it in a little bit too? Okay, and now just both straight down. Just a little. Okay, that's good. It looks, let me check. Yep. Very nice. Fantastic. One down.
Excellent.
All right, you know how to run that because we played with it in the yard, so I'm gonna have you load that. I'm gonna try to offset it a little bit on one side of the bed, so that way when we pivot the blade, it's not as wide. So just it'll feel weird, but you're gonna be like off on one side. All right, so if you guys noticed, I intentionally offset it on one side because when you turn the blade, it actually reduces your width. So if you were to put this dead center, haul the blade straight, you'd be like 10 feet wide, or probably, I don't know, probably just under 9. So our permits cover us up to 12, but it's always best to be as narrow as you can. So yeah, that worked out. Kind of hard to do when you're by yourself, but when you got a spotter, it's awesome. All right, here's our blade chain going over across the front. I apologize for the angle in advance, but next we got to come up with something for this track. Room is kind of tight because you got this blade here, so I'm gonna push this chain into the track here, run it out. We're all strapped down, put the wide load signs on, and we are gonna hit the road. So got my annual permit just up on the windshield because we're gonna go across the port of entry. Not saying they're gonna stop me, but just so it's there. And if they see it, great. They'll probably just wave us through. Anyway, let's go ahead and head back to Palm Springs. Okay, we are on our jolly way. We're climbing the grade outside of Prim, which is a pretty good grade. It's pretty long and it's a decent percent. I think it's 6%, but it's like over like 10 or 15 miles, so it's a pretty good grade. So we're grabbing gears, trying to get some speed. We're doing 35 right now. We're just climbing in the truck lane. Got a little nervous there going through the scales. They have, this particular scale has a separate lane for permit loads, and it's right in front of the office, so they're watching you close. And so I'm crossing the pad and they red light me as soon as I get off the pad, and I'm like, oh crap. But it was for me to stop so that the guy at the lane over could be inspected. I was like, oh, thank God. But I thought they were pulling me in. Not like I have anything to hide, but it's just try to avoid it if you can. Anyway, we're gonna keep on trucking. All right, guys, $100 to whoever can pronounce this correctly. The exit name is ZZYZX Road, exit 239, I-15. Let me know how you pronounce that. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it looks like I got quite the fire in front of us. Big old plume of smoke, and then that whole valley is just filled with smoke. So I got the office checking right now because I want to make sure that it's not in or affecting the Cajon Pass, which is like the only way home for us. Because there's been fires there before and it's completely shut down the pass. So we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't affect our route. Alright, we are dropping down the Cajon Pass. I'm starting to see smoke in front of me. It's kind of weird, like you guys saw that giant plume of smoke. We went through it and then it just seemed like there was nothing. And now I'm starting to see smoke again, and I'm seeing a bunch of planes dropping retardant. I had the office look up on the CHP report, and I guess all southbound lanes are open, but moving slow, and then they have all northbound except one lane closed. And it's apparently a very fast moving fire, so I'm anticipating that we're gonna sneak right through. I'm hoping. A few years ago, they had a fire up here, and basically, yeah, those are the dozer trucks right there. You can tell. Yep, they're the dozers. Fire dozers. They're dropping retardant all through this mountain. A few years ago, they had a fire up here, and the whole 15 was shut down, and a bunch of people basically caught fire, and their vehicles caught fire, and there was unfortunately fatalities involved in that. So it's kind of a sketchy area when it comes to fires. Alright, well, I'm gonna get back to driving and we'll get back on the camera if I see any fire. Alright, there's fire. I can't really see it too well. I'm just gonna focus on driving, but I'll point the camera in that direction. You guys can kind of see what's going on. Alright, well, I'm sure that was cooking pretty good because there was a lot of smoke in the air. It looks like they pretty much got it under a decent amount of control. But all right, back to driving. All right, we are off the freeway now and climbing up through the wind farms here in Whitewater, California. The contractor that we're moving this equipment for, they race those trophy trucks in those races, so they basically donated their equipment for that. But their primary, I guess, business is windmill work, building pads and actually taking them down too. So, yeah. All right, we're supposed to meet someone up here and drop this equipment, so let's find them. All right, we made it. Oh my God! Almost 500 miles so far. I know that's not crazy miles, but for a local tow company guy, that's a decent amount of miles per day. All right, let's work on getting this thing offloaded. Like he knows what he's doing. blade and dozer delivered. Give you guys a little time check. We left the yard at 5:15 this morning. It is 4 p.m. So pretty 12-hour turn. Well, less than that actually. 11-hour turn. It's not bad. I mean, by the time we get back to the yard, it'll probably be like 4:30. So pretty good. All right, let's get Jorge back out here, and we'll head back to the yard. Jorge really went for it on the cut there. Doesn't matter, there's nothing up here, it's just funny. Sorry about the wind, they don't call it a wind farm for nothing. Alright, he's starting to spin. I told him to lock up his axles. Ask him how this. I installed this cabin filter right here. How does that cabin filter work out? No dirt? That's good. Now you can keep cleaning. Cool. Sweet. Alright, cool. Alright, home sweet home. 518 miles today. So, parking the truck, calling it a day. This truck has about half a tank of fuel left, so I'm not too worried about it. Jorge's gonna fill up, and that truck's gonna take 100+ gallons, so it's gonna be a while. So I'm just gonna park this and we can fuel it up in the morning. So anyway, with that being said, hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments what you thought about it. See you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.